Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Angel of Words podcast, where your stories are heard. Before we get started, don't forget to tap on that subscribe button. Follow us on Spotify. They have video now, and all podcast platforms. Our sponsors today are OTW Threads, the illest gear, reminding you to be out of this world, and AttitudeOn10.com, your place to get over your trauma and build resilience. We got the tutorial videos on deck on how to start your own dope podcast in just 1 week and monetize. So stay tuned to that. And also click the links in the description because it'll show you where you need to go to cop the gear to start your own podcast. And if you want the exclusive merch, like this cup right here, go to AOWENT.com. Now on deck, on the Angel of Words podcast, we got Philly in the building and Marq. Marq, thank you for pulling up, my guy.
No doubt, bro.
You already know we in the building, and I just want to start with this because sometimes I feel like Philly is a very underrated place when it comes to the culture. And I don't just mean the culture, I mean American culture. I'm talking Kevin Hart, Will Smith, Bill Cosby, Joe Frazier, Bernard Hopkins.
Greats.
And I even go State Property, my man
facts.
Beanie Siegel,
Facts.
Meek, then we got Meek Mills, you know what I mean? Like, it is an extremely important, and then we got the movies Rocky, so like, you know what I mean? Oscar-winning dramas. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Philly is extremely important to Americana, to American culture, and it's where my grandparents lived for an enormous amount of time, and I miss them and I love them, and it's great to have you here. Much love, the city of brotherly love, so I want to start with that, and I want to talk about why Philly has been so important to you in your music career, my brother.
Got you. Well, basically, man, you know, Philly teach you a lot. Philly teach you how to grow. Philly teach you just how to be a person, man. For real, man. It's rugged out there. You know, coming from New York, you know how it is out here, man. So Philly is actually, you know, I feel like they're relatives at some point. So Philly really is that place where you're gonna learn a whole lot of lessons. It's gonna teach you how to, like I said, just be a person, man. It's crazy, and that's, you know, just basically what I put into my music, just what Philly has taught me, what Philly has made me, and stuff like that. And a lot of things that Philly has, like, opened my eyes to, for sure.
And I see that because you preach in your lyrics nonviolence. Now, we see what just happened with Takeoff. We've seen what's happened with Pop Smoke. We see what's happened with Nipsey Hussle, you know, Young Dolph. How do you feel about that, bro, as a young black man? You know what I'm saying? Like a music artist. Like, how does that make you feel personally?
Honestly, I think a lot of it is senseless, man. You feel me? Like, we don't got to do this to each other. Personally, I just think we can move better as a unit and just be better, especially for our people, man. Because this culture, it's a lot of violence in it, but you don't necessarily have to move that route, man, at all. Like, there's too many greats out here that we done lost just because of senselessness, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, dog.
I think about it like, imagine if we lost the guys that I just mentioned that are all from that region. You know what I mean?
Right.
Would Philly be the same?
Not at all, man.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and it really, you know, it bothers me, and I just wanted to get your perspective on that, and thank you so much for mentioning that.
No doubt.
Now, I want to move into your music because it is uplifting. It's nonviolent. You preach, don't put your hands on a woman. Like, I've never heard, I'm going to be honest, it's been a minute since I've heard that from a rapper in a track. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are things you mentioned. These are the undertones and overtones of your EP. And the name of the EP, I just want to get it right, everyone. The name of the EP that you got to go check is Nothing Crazy.
Nothing Crazy.
Why that title?
Yo, so honestly, my man, shout out to Sam, shout out to Zeke, aka.
He's in the building right now. You already know.
Yeah, we were building the studio like 2020. And he had just like said the name or something like that. I really forget like the premise of it, but he was like, yo, we should do a track called EP called Nothing Crazy. Mind you, like I said, this is 2020. We didn't drop it till 2021. The idea kind of like slipped our mind, not really slipped our minds, but we pushed it to the back because we were focused on other things. But last year, around this time actually, he was like, yo, bro, let's just drop a project. I'm like, all right, bet. What should we call it? He was like, we already got the title, Nothing Crazy. Boom. It was just that simple. And we did that whole project in like 2 weeks. Like just, all right, bro, here goes some beats. Cause they all beats that already came out. They belong to other artists and stuff like that.
I was gonna ask you about that. So was that something you did on? Cause you got stuff. Hold on, cause we got to because you did. And I'm like, I worry about it because of the clearance of like, can you monetize?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I keep it 100 with my with my guests. Because you got beats from Rowdy Rich, Nardo Wick, Meek. Baby, Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
It's like, there's beats out there. So is that something that you did? You're not trying to monetize over that.
No,
like,
we not trying.
That was just a project you put out there to have fun with.
Right, yeah, we was just paying homage to Wayne in that aspect. Like I said, yeah, man, it was really just a mixtape. But we wanted to bring back what mixtapes actually were. Like, a lot of people are using original beats and stuff now for mixtapes. My mans was just like, yo, let's get back to that. Let's do something with that. So I was like, all right, bet. We just went right into it. Okay. So yeah, we weren't trying to monetize it at all. We were just out there having fun. Okay. I mean, we took a risk for sure. Yeah. But we wanted to have fun and do the music.
Well, I love it. It's very melodic. You have a very melodic tone. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it keeps you engaged, especially, because that is like, the sound right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like music evolves. And I always get into these crazy discussions, with people about like, yo, like the music ain't they saying that before. I'm like, no, it's not. When was music ever?
It wasn't
the same.
It wasn't.
Like, y'all sound crazy. Like, don't even talk to me. If you don't like the music, just say you don't like the music. There's plenty of other music that you can listen to, but don't bash the youth for what they feeling.
Exactly.
You feel me? So what do you feel about that? Do you run into that? You know what I'm saying?
So honestly, I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you. Okay. I used to be one of them people.
Word?
Yes.
Okay.
I used to be
so
one of them
elaborate
people.
if you don't mind.
So yeah, I was just like super heavy on like, oh, he don't got bars. He like, they not rapping no more, stuff like that. But then I realized, shout out to Zeke again, because he helped me realize a whole lot of this stuff. But like you said, music evolves, it changes. Look at Drake and stuff like that. He's keeping up with the Joneses and stuff. I don't necessarily think he's biting, but he's keeping up with the Joneses. And, in that aspect, it teaches me a lot. Like, in order to survive in this business, or like if you want to be colossal, you have to go with the times. You can't just be stuck in, one period and think you're going to, transition with the rest of the people out here. No, you're going to be lost and forgotten. So you got to make sure, like I said, you're keeping up with the times and stuff like that. But make sure you add your own twist to it. Don't copy everybody else. Just, do what's going on right now in your own way.
That's exactly it. And I love this platform because I get to talk about music and the things that people forget.
Right.
Like Madonna. Madonna was the queen of changing her image and evolving. Michael Jackson. People forget about these greats.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's why a lot of people there's always a big argument. Who's better, Michael Jackson or Prince? But Michael Jackson has more longevity than Prince. Why? Because he was able to adapt and evolve.
Right.
And if you're a person that in my opinion, if you're an artist that you really love music, right? You're going to evolve. If you really just like your music, you're going to have fans and you're going to be lit and you'll be a legend, but you're going to stay stuck in that time warp.
Yeah, you have a niche for that.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that we're having discussions because, I like to speak on this. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like it's very important for people to know. Now, I want to talk about Paris, right? I felt it was a well-produced track. Like, and that's the thing about your album, well-produced. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the engineering, maybe it wasn't put all the way through, but you didn't have a lot of original. It's like 4 or 5 of those songs were not original. So I kind of understand that. So my first question to you, do you have an engineer? Like, what's
Zeke.
up with that situation?
Shout out to Zeke.
Cool,
Zeke's my engineer. He started out producing, but he's my engineer now.
All right, so he's the one that's mixing everything before you put it out there into the DSPs. All right, that's good. That's good to know. Now, Paris was well produced, so shout out to him. Shout out to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? You in the building right now. You want to show face real quick? I'll have you sign the release form after, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
shout out my man.
This is the producer of Paris, Philly in the building. Thank you so much.
Give it up for my man real quick.
Here.
Give it up for my man.
You already know. Thank you so much, man.
Appreciate you, bro.
For pulling up. But yes, well-produced track. What inspired that? I felt like that was one of the better tracks on that album.
Well,
that's a single. That's
a
single. That's a single. That's one of the better tracks on when you just go onto the DSP.
Right. So yeah, shout out to actually Manny Manhattan. He produced that. So Paris is just one of them stories I felt like I needed to tell. I want to live a grandiose luxury life. That's one of the things that sit in the back of my mind constantly. I want a big pop star life. I want to be living like a legend. You know, I want to live like how Mike does. Well, did at one point. So that
Anyone, Tyson,
yeah,
Dexter.
exactly. Seriously though.
Yeah,
Seriously,
it's
man.
true though.
Like that life is something I really want to attain. So I put that in my music so I can manifest it. So if you like listen to it, Paris is nothing but luxury, heavy
Yes.
boss talk, man.
I love it.
But it's smooth. It's calm, it's relaxed, man. I feel like it gives you an image.
It does.
Like when you listen to that song,
your
you paint a
music
picture.
does have a lot of imagery in it, and I gotta say, man. So if you're checking, and you could find it on all DSPs, correct?
Yes.
Underwear, just let everybody know really quickly.
So shout out search MARQ. MARQ. You can just search that on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, whatever music streaming site or whatever. Just look for MARQ.
There you
I'll be
go,
right there.
baby, in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, no, continue. I'm sorry about that. I just
Oh
wanted
no,
to make sure you
that was
shouted yourself
basically it in a nutshell, man.
Yeah.
It's nothing really to it. I just, the lyrics are like super intricate and deep. But as far as the premise for the song is really just that life I want to live. So yeah, I'm gonna make songs about the life I want to live or the stuff that I want to do.
Now, in my opinion, your best song is Promises.
Wow, a lot of people say that though.
You know what I mean? I mean, it's just the reality of the situation, man.
Right.
You know, the production aspect is great beat. You know
Shout
what I'm
out to
saying?
Zeke.
Great musical production there. But you know, you talk about being nonviolent. You know what I'm saying? You talk about the things that you want to do. You know what I mean? Why did you choose to make that a theme, not only of that song, but it's actually like a theme throughout the album?
Well, that was the single also. So honestly, when
it was a single. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Zeke produced that beat.
But in that song, the theme. What I meant to say, sorry guys, that song, that theme is in your song,
Right.
In your EP. I mean, your LP. Nothing crazy.
A little bit. It's in there.
Yeah,
it's in there for
it's
sure.
in there.
For sure.
There's no tingens in there. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So, yeah.
But once what I was about to say, yeah, Zeke produced that and engineered that. Shout out to him again. But honestly, that's just the vibe I got when I first heard the beat. I was like, all right, this feels like something I could speak to my audience on a different level on. And at the time, like my mom had just had my little sister. So it was just like, all right, this is something I have to do. I have to take care of my family. And to be honest, like the majority of my family is women. So I got to make sure I protect them, I rep them, I put on for them. So I made Promises. That song is strictly for them.
Has that been a major influence on your music and your music career?
Of course. Yeah, I got to take care of them at the end of the day. My mom raised me. I gotta reciprocate. I gotta show her that love and just basically make sure she's good for the rest of her life. My mom, my sisters, all that. My girl, all that.
Well, that's great. I mean, you're cognizant of what's going on, man.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean? It was a different vibe. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like raps. I like rap and music in all forms. You know what I mean? Hey, sometimes stuff is misogynistic, but that's how the person's feeling. That was their art craft. But
Right.
you chose to go the different route. And it's always a breath of fresh air when somebody's confident enough.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where does your confidence come from, bro?
It's just that what I just talked about. Family, my friends, myself, to be honest. I want a better life. So it's just like, all right, in order to have that, you got to be confident in yourself, man. If you don't have confidence in yourself, you're just going to be another like regular out here. And I don't aspire to be regular. I want to be big. I want to be something different. I want to be something that, people look up to like, oh, I want to be something like that. So I definitely want to be an example for just people. So the confidence stems from that, man. Always.
So if I was someone, for example, that wanted to partner up with you and put you in a position to win, what would you tell them that differentiates yourself from other artists?
Honestly, it might sound cheesy, but I'm going to be real with you every single time. And, we're just going to have fun with it. I'm going to give you my all honesty and I'm going to give you 100% me. Like all my music is different because I'm the only one that has these experiences. You're not going to get these experiences from anybody else but me. I'm the one that's going to create my own, personal experiences. You can't go get that from you. You can't go get that from another artist out here. I'm manifesting my own, like I said, my own experiences. So if you want something else, you can go get it. But if you want Marq, you're going to get the Marq experience. I'm going to tell you about, things that's going on with me. You're going to get tailored experiences that live in my brain. You're going to get all kinds of things from me, man. I'm super creative. I'm versatile, like whatever you want.
You are versatile.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because you do have different flows. I want to discuss that. Like, why was it important for you to show that you have different flows on your DSPs?
Like I said, I want to be big, man.
Copy.
If you don't show you're versatile or you can't transition, I mean, like I said, you're going to be good in your niche, but that's as far as you're going to go. If you want to be, like I said, colossal out here, man, you got to be able to be versatile. You got to switch it up. It's not going to happen for you if you don't switch it up. Not the life necessarily that I want. So.
A lot of marketing is involved, right? A lot of business stuff.
Yeah.
How do you handle that? Like, what is your plan right now when it comes to marketing yourself?
Honestly, and keep it a buck with you, I just learned, because I'm getting into the business now, to be all the way honest with you. I'm just figuring out the business. Put money behind my stuff. Just put a whole lot of money in it. Of course, be cognizant of where you're putting that money, but just make sure if you spend $10K on a video or a song or whatever, make sure you got that $10K to go out and market your song as well. Because you got to have that balance. So, but that's how I'm moving right now as far as like my marketing and stuff like that.
Has it been hard to manage all of that? Like, what's been the most difficult aspect of what you're doing right now?
Honestly, just learning the business. Because I used to be one of them artists that's like, all right, but I'm going to make some music. I'm going to put it out there on the internet and somebody's going to discover me. Like I said, I'm learning the business now. I'm putting this money behind myself so I can sign myself. I don't want to be an artist that gets signed to a big deal or something like that now. Like I'm really realizing you can run your business. You can run like all your music. You can really just blow up off that if you make sure you put the money behind yourself. Like, it's that simple.
When did you realize that?
Keep it a buck earlier this year.
Copy.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you.
Well, take us there. Right now.
So I recently came across this podcast. What is it called? What is it called? I forgot the name, but it's Wendy Day, Ferrari Simmons. Yeah, the cheat code. There we go.
Valid.
Yes.
That's my go-to right there, man.
So I came across Wendy Day on Instagram, and I'm like, all right, who is this? She got all this information. Let me look her up. And then, like I said, later on this year, they developed a podcast. I'm like, yo, it's a whole bunch of gems on here. I need to pay attention to them. And from there, I just started learning the business. I started being more like aware of what I need to do instead of just making music, putting it out there, and hoping something happens for me. Nah. Like, I'm really all about the business now, man. I'm learning it. And it's decent. Once you start understanding certain things, it's like, oh, all right, bet.
Systems, baby. I always have these conversations. My latest podcast that just dropped is like, yo, it's about the systems. You got to learn it, man.
Exactly.
It's not going to happen, miraculously.
Right, yeah. Some people get lucky. My fault, man. But some people get lucky. But it's a whole lot better when you go out and get it. And, a lot of people aren't realizing that. That's why when I post content and stuff now, I try to make sure I put something business-like in there so people who viewing my stuff, they can see or understand oh, all right, bet this is what I need to do. I'm not just gonna throw music out there all willy-nilly now. Like, you gotta be aware of the business. It's called the music business for a reason. It's not just called music business.
You sound like my co-producer. I love it.
Thank you.
No, but the reality is that people are watching.
Facts.
When you think they're not watching, they're going under different things. There's literally, in the music business, all these labels, all these people in the business that are, that have careers in the, I'm talking about the grunt work, like the mid-level executives. Like, we forget that those people get paid.
Seriously.
To pay attention to what you're doing.
Right. Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly,
they're in boardrooms deciding your fate, and you don't even know that.
Exactly. You're not peeping it,
It's
man.
real, man.
So you gotta be aware, man. Or you'll end up in a bad deal or just in a bad predicament, period.
They'll come and get you, bro. They'll come and get you.
And you got nothing.
That's a fact. Well, everyone, I always forget this. I don't know why I do this, but my guy right here that's with us, and thank you so much for being with us, Marq. You will be performing today.
Yes.
All right. What song will you be performing today, man?
So this is my track we're about to release real soon. It's called
Unreleased.
Every Other
So this
Day.
is an unreleased joint.
Yeah, man.
I love it when you guys come in here with the unreleased. Thank you so much,
doubt,
man.
no
All right, so we're
doubt,
about to go hand with the unreleased. What's the name of the unreleased track?
It's called Every Other Day.
Every Other Day.
Yeah, man.
Will be performed today on the Angel of Words podcast. Thank you so much. And
No
everyone,
doubt.
before we move forward, don't forget that our podcast today is sponsored by OTW Threads. Go get that gear and attitudeon10.com, your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. Now, Marq, moving forward. Performing, man.
Let's get it.
Like, where are you with that right now?
To be honest, I used to be super nervous, man. Like now, I get a little butterflies, but it's good ones. It's like, all right, bet I'm about to go out there and kill it. Before it was, man, I had cold feet. It was just like super uncomfortable for me now. But when I get on stage, I'm home. I get that mic in my hand, it's over, man. I'm gonna make sure I go out there and be the best performer that I can be.
Now, Philly has a lot of spots to perform.
Yeah.
There's like, you know what I mean? Sure. Like Philly is a place where like, you know, artists can't be complaining like, yo, there's nowhere to go.
Oh yeah, it's hella spots, man.
You know what
you just gotta get out there and find them. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of places. Like if you get yourself in those circles, you know what I mean?
I was about to say
How
that.
has Philly treated you, man? What's the love been like? Because you're a little different than all the, you know, you're not, you know, a Freeway, you're not a Beanie Siegel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not Meek. You know what I mean? You're different than all those cats. So how have they been treating you out there?
Honestly, unless it's the inner circle, it's not a whole lot of love, and I'm gonna be honest with that. I get more love out here than I do, you know, back home. But I kind of blame,
which is strange.
It's weird
because New York artists complain they never get love.
Yo, it's crazy. I heard that too. But no, real quick, just to
go ahead, my brother. Go ahead.
Whatever we was talking. Well, what we was just talking about is you know, I put that on just like visibility. You know, I can put, as long as I put myself in front of people, they're going to see me.
Copy.
So that, you know, that's along with marketing. That marketing is going to put you in front of people. So once I get my marketing down, I'll be good. I'm pretty sure I'll get the love that I deserve. I'm not worried about that.
Are you doing that yourself?
I got a team.
Yeah?
I got a team.
Okay, all right, cool. I'm like,
my
wow.
folks, yeah,
I do it myself. That's what I'm asking. I'm like, oh, a fellow own marketer, you know?
Right.
It's real, man.
It's all good, though, because like I said, I'm learning the business, too. So I'm making sure that everything goes where it's supposed to be. And it's not just, all right, I'm spending money just because. Because in a way that, honestly, that can be a detriment to your music career. You got to be cautious and aware of where you're spending your money for your marketing. So.
Now, I want to discuss this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel it's important. Where do you know, what is your creative process like, is the question.
It's crazy because, honestly, I don't even have one.
Okay.
I'm a feelings writer. I go off feelings and moods and stuff like that. So to be honest with you, I might be in a car, I write something. I might be in a car, might be sitting on my couch, I might be in the studio. It's just, you know, I'll turn on the beat and, you know, I start thinking from there. That's probably the extent of my creative process. But like I said, I don't really have one. It's just wherever I'm at and I get that feeling and that vibe, I'm going right in. I find the beat, bam. I'm right to it.
You write on your phone or you do voice notes? Like
whatever's around, yeah. So I always got my phone on me. So I'll put a voice note, and if I'm just thinking of something on the go, I might be driving or something, right? So I'm thinking of something in my head. I come up with a melody or something like that. Bam, I'm putting that in my voice note because I can't really write it down or elaborate on that thought and make it a complete song at that moment. So like I said, I put that in my voice notes. But yeah, if I got my phone in my hand, I'm writing a song in there once I get a beat. Or if I don't know, for some reason I don't happen to have my phone, I'll write on a piece of paper. I got a notepad in my book bag that I carry damn near everywhere with me. So yeah, it's just wherever I can put something down.
That's what's up. Is there, is there anything that makes you feel discouraged? Like, how is it with the mental health in the music? Because I know there's a lot of, you know what I mean? Like when you're in a creative space, bro, like, let's keep it 100, man. I always worry about my people's mental health. It's a very important thing here at the Angel of Words podcast. Like, do you ever feel discouraged? And if you do, like, how do you get over it?
Honestly, it's been a few times. It's basically me just making sure I don't say the same thing. Like, I get stressed over that a lot. And I don't want to say the same thing as other artists. I want to make sure I put myself in a space where people can differentiate and be like, oh, all right, bet he's not saying the same stuff. He's not on the same wave as everybody else and stuff like that. Also, me not saying the same thing I said in my last song, I get stressed about that too. So I just make sure I'm just like, all right, I gotta make sure I'm not saying the same stuff over and over and over again.
That's
But yeah, man, for
Thank
sure.
you, man. Thank you for sharing. You know, it
No
takes a
doubt.
lot to be honest about the
Yeah, you
situation.
gotta
But
be,
I
man.
know, it's not easy as a creator. It's real. It's just the reality of the situation, man.
Right,
You know
right,
what I
for
mean?
sure.
Just want to remind everybody again, OTW Threads, attitudeon10.com. Your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. What's the most fun you have making music? When are you at the happiest place when you're making music, man?
Just honestly, when I'm in the studio and I can think freely,
Copy.
man, it's no feeling like that. To just be able to like, all right, just go in and be able to create these melodies. And if you're around people that's aware of what you're trying to do and they chip in and do stuff and help you with writing songs and making melodies and stuff like that, it's the greatest feeling ever. The greatest feeling ever.
Now, do you pay for studio time, or you said you built your own studio, right?
Yeah, me and my man.
So you're still working out of that studio?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell that story a little bit, man? What was
So,
that like?
all right. So my man Zeke, he had his studio in his crib,
Copy.
and I was recording over there. You know, that was my spot where I needed to go if I wanted to, just lay something down. And then we got hit with COVID, and his folks was just like, "Nah, nobody's allowed in the house." So that kind of put me like in a space where like, damn, I can't record. I can't go do what I love to do. So he was just like, let's build a studio in your basement. I'm like, all right, bet. I had the space. I had the bread. We went over to Home Depot, got all the stuff to make a wall, put the wall up. Then I start going to like other places to get, actually we got them offline. Like the microphone, I got the Mac, the desktop, all that. We just ordered everything offline, and then what we do after that? I think we soundproofed it finally, and then we had the studio, man, and
You
it was
invested in yourself.
yeah.
Talk
Yeah,
about that, man.
You got to as an artist, man. If you're not investing in yourself, do you really believe that you can, be successful in what you want to do? If you're not investing in yourself, then what are you doing? That's like,
else, bro.
yeah, it's essentially you're hustling backwards, right?
Could you say that again? Because I feel like people don't understand. Like, that's part of differentiating yourself from other artists, bro. I mean, like you're gonna have to spend that guap.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm
Music
saying?
Ain't yo, and that's another lesson I'm learning. Music is not cheap, yo, at all.
Nothing is cheap in America.
Yo.
No matter what business you're going into, you're gonna have to invest in yourself. That's just the reality of the situation, man.
You're gonna break your pockets.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that, bro, because I really feel like people don't understand. Like, if you have a vision, you have to get that guap. And if you gotta work that 9 to 5, whatever it is you're doing to get your chicken,
hustle.
You gotta make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's not gonna happen by itself. It's like I tell people, a vision. What is it? A plan without a what is it? I love this freaking saying. A vision without a plan is a wish.
Oh, big facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love it. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. No, you're definitely wishing.
Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
It's the reality. So, who influenced you growing up, man? Philly's a place with just some amazing, talented individuals, man. Like, who did you grow up and listening to? Was it some Philly's people, or was it a lot of?
I'm about to say, you talking about artists or just
artists? Well, it could be anyone, but
I'm about
like
to say,
artists.
Of course, my cousin was he was a rapper, for a short period of time. My cousin Ronald, I first saw him on like I think it was the Thanksgiving Day parade. He was rapping on the floor. I was like, yo, that's ill.
Word?
Yeah, he was, it's crazy. Yeah.
Oh,
I was like, yo, that's ill, man. But he was an influence. But as far as like music influences growing up, it's wild because I don't have those influences in my music, but DMX was one. My mom would always listen to him. Like we would wake up in the morning, I'm doing chores. She putting on Flesh is my flesh, blood is my blood. Like we cleaning it that in the crib. So he was one, definitely 50. My whole second grade.
I love 50. That's my guy.
When Get Rich
People hate me for it, but I do like him.
I don't care, man. Get Rich or Die Trying dropped when I was in second grade.
Amazing album.
I knew that album front to back. My mom, she would be like, I hope you know your schoolwork as much as you know that album. Like, you think about it, I'm 8 years old listening to 50. Like just listening to this man. So he definitely is responsible for cultivating a bunch of stuff that I put in my music, man. Just his attitude, seriously. But I listen to other artists too. Of course, Hov was in there. State Property. Who else was I listening to around that time, man? It's crazy. It was a lot of. I was listening to a lot of rock too. You ever heard of this band called 3 Days Grace?
3 Days Grace, very
3 Days
popular
Grace.
rock band.
Yo,
Yes,
yeah.
I was more into My Chemical Romance in that
See,
era.
yeah, not them. Yeah,
I
it was
fudged
3
with
Days
them.
Grace
I
for
really
me.
like them. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
man.
And what is it? There's another band that I used to like. God, they had the record on the Madden.
Oh man, see, no,
Fatboy
playing with-
Slim, I think it was called.
Oh, see, I never heard it.
Yeah.
that was the name of the
That's the
rock
name of the
band?
band. Yeah.
That's crazy. They got
Yeah.
wild names, yo.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, no.
crazy.
I love rock
Facts.
bands for that. They always come up
Facts.
with wild, freaking elaborate, funny
Yeah,
ass names. That's what's up. So you have a really diverse love for music. That's dope,
Yeah,
man. Have you
man.
always been that way? Yo?
Yeah, always. I've
Yeah.
always been, curious
Copy.
about stuff like that, man. So, yeah, definitely.
That's what's up. Well, Mark, we've reached a point in the podcast now, man, where it's time to
Oh,
play.
shit. What's
You ready,
going on,
man?
man? Let's get it.
5 words with Angel.
Got you.
Now, on 5 words with Angel, Mark, I'm going to give you a word, a phrase, or a question, and you're going to
Gotcha.
give me the first word that comes to your head. Are you ready?
Got you. Oh, man.
All right. So I saw the little homage you did for this person on your record,
Gotcha. What's up?
Wale. Why did you feel the need? What comes to you first of all? Like what comes to your head when you think Wale?
Poet. Straight off the rip.
All right. And why did you feel the need to shout him out like that?
Yo, Wale, so once I got into my teenage years, he was a huge influence on my music. Just the way he could put words together. His rapping ability on top of him just being a super creative. I've always had a affinity for Wale, man. It's crazy, man. If I ever get to meet him, man, that'd be probably one of the greatest moments of my life.
And you
Seriously.
will. And you will. You might
My
do a
man,
track
my
with him.
man.
I mean, come on. You want to
Facts.
be great?
You're
You're going to do a
absolutely
track
right.
with Wale?
You're right.
You know what I mean? That's
man.
something you got to be
Absolutely right.
expecting, man.
Facts,
You know what I
man.
mean?
Facts. No, you're right.
Gonna be in the studio with Wale,
Right,
bro. No
man.
time. No
Yo, bro,
worry.
that's gonna be the illest track, I swear.
All right. The next word is Paris. What do you think about Paris?
Luxury.
Nice. The next word is your favorite Philly rapper.
Oh man, myself.
All right. Well, the next word is Marq. What do you think about what you think about with Marq?
Versatile.
Nice. I love it. And the last and final word, and I peeped this, which was weird because you're from Philly, so I'm thinking AI. But Paul Pierce.
Oh man,
What's up with that?
Celtics, man. I grew up a Celtics fan.
Why?
It's why I don't know. Maybe it's I like cause of the color green.
Okay.
But,
Is
all
that
right,
your
so-
favorite
all
color?
right. Yeah.
All
So
right, cool.
there might be an actual explanation for that because I'm a Patriots fan also.
What?
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
You know,
All right.
let's throw in the color green.
Say less. Ah man, I'll be honest.
There you
Let's
go.
get it. But
You know?
I had lost a bet with my godfather and what was it, second grade? It was the Eagles and Patriots Super Bowl. I didn't have a football team. He was like, "You need the team, man. You need the team." I'm like, "All right." So we made a bet. He was like, "The Eagles lose, they're gonna be a squad. The Patriots win. Well, if the Eagles lose, the Patriots gonna be a squad. The Eagles win, Eagles gotta be a squad." I'm like, "All right, bet." So basically, whoever won the Super Bowl.
Well,
You know,
the
the outcome of
Eagles
that.
won that Super Bowl.
No, they lost. They
Oh,
lost.
this Donovan McNabb with
Yeah,
T.O.
yes.
Oh, damn, you taking it
Yes,
back.
yes,
Oh.
Yeah, man, I was in fifth grade.
I'm thinking about the rematch.
Yeah.
All right, so this is back in the
Yeah,
days.
facts.
Oh,
Fifth
I
grade.
bet. No, they
Fifth
totally
grade.
lost, yo,
Yeah,
for
man.
real. T.O. played on a broken foot, one of the most heroic performances, by the way. Very underrated. I know everybody
Absolutely.
hates T.O., but my man played on a broken foot, bro. Like,
Yeah,
he went
man.
out there and washed the Patriots. They
Yeah.
barely lost that. You know what I mean? A couple plays by McNabb, and the Eagles would have won that shit.
That is true. That
You
is
know
true.
what I'm
That was
saying?
the whole like Spygate scandal and stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah. That's a
But
fact.
man. That's why I'm a Patriots fan, and that might be part of the reason why I'm a Boston fan as well.
Wow.
So yeah, man.
You do know it's the most racist city in the world.
That's
according
politics.
to analytics, I'm not saying that's my opinion.
That's
It's according to the analytics that you read everywhere.
Yeah, I'm cool
But
off the politics, man.
I hear you, and I try to stay away from that too. I'm a Yankees fan. That's why I throw shade at Boston in any way I can. But we'll continue that. Yeah,
It's
we're gonna
all
get to
good,
politics. Could you give a message before we end the podcast? Look into this camera right here, my brother,
Gotcha.
and let the people know, who want to be artists, what the vibe is right now.
Just greatness is a process, man, and I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna reiterate this everywhere I go. Just make sure you. Can I curse?
Yeah, man, of course. Yeah.
Make sure you on your shit. You want to be big, you want to be an artist, whatever you want to do, man. Make sure you're on your shit and continue to do that. Again, greatness is a process, man. So keep that in the back of your mind whenever you just, whatever you're trying to accomplish. Make sure you remember that, dead ass.
Now, where can we find your music, bro? Where can we find you? If we want to get in tune
Man.
with Marq, how can we find you in the world? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm on all streaming platforms,
Okay.
man. So just type in Marq, like I said, my whole discography will come up, man. It's that simple. I'm on SoundCloud, I'm on Apple Music, I'm on Tidal, I'm on Deezer. Like I said, I'm everywhere.
IG, what's the deal with the IG? What's the IG?
Oh yeah, my IG is MARQ_UD, man. You can find all my content there. Actually, you just click the link in my bio, bam, that's gonna take you straight to my music.
The link tree is valid, everyone.
Facts.
That was Marq pulling up from Philly. Thank you so
Appreciate
much
you.
from the
Appreciate
city of brotherly love, everyone. Don't forget, tap on that subscribe button, like, follow, comment, share. We appreciate it here, man. We're trying to put everybody on here on the AOW podcast. And we're also on Spotify, which has video now on all podcast platforms. Shout out to our sponsors today, OTW Threads, reminding you to be out of this world, and AttitudeOn10.com, your place to start getting over your trauma and build resilience. We have the tutorial videos coming out on how to make your own dope podcast and monetize from it in 2023. Stay aware with that and click the links in the description, because right there you can go right now to purchase the equipment. You're going to need to do so. And if you want to buy a cup or a t-shirt or whatever, go to AOWENT.com. Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Te quiero, Puerto Rico. Santa Isabel.
Hey, let's get it.
Live from the Angel of Words Studios, performing his unreleased track every other day from Philly, PA, Marq.
How you living, how you living, how you living, how you living, go. Then how you living, how you living, how you living. Look, ain't nobody with that cautious shit. So on my crib, niggas got a crib, walk to this. Go crazy too often, bitch. So on my slimes, gotta go and blood walk to this. Now every day, I get up and I chase. Never let no paper or dream get away. I be smoking weed just a little, probably drink a whole lot. But I never use that shit as an escape. Super on go with my mental. I thought the pressure wasn't raised on stepping on the brakes. And I swear to God, I'ma move in the way to survive. That's why this 45 chilling on my waist. Coming in late, from the grind. Gotta get food on that styrofoam plate. Once you do that, and all the bills get paid, it's like, damn, what a nigga really make. Tired of playing safe, I'ma hit a lick. Either way I leave, everything here's for the taking. I ain't tryna die, no broke ass nigga. So you gotta bury me and my money in the grave like every other day. That a nigga acting all strange, so you gotta let him know that you don't play. It's like every other day. That some shit can go the wrong way, but you gotta make sure you don't break. It's like every other day. New problem, new bitch, new hate. I'm on ice with it, sipping lemonade. It's like every other day. Somebody out acting all fake. It don't bother me, cause I can't relate. Every other day, it's a lot of bad vibes coming from these suckers, and they ain't live, dropping dimes on each other. I don't do the bro shit, unless you really is my brother. Anything else is dicky and no big enough a buster. First thing I tell a hoe when she come around is I don't trust her, I don't trust her, I don't trust her. Might just pull a drizzy, put a little hot sauce in the rubber. No relationships, we fucking one another. I got too much life to live, so I ain't getting stuck in cycles of priceless shit. Niggas buying guns, they say they got one, but when shit get real, they still might get hit. That's why I slide just the way I do, and I ain't never had no problems in facing you. These scary ass niggas always looking for an easy way out. Real niggas gon' see it through and end up paying in full. That a nigga acting all strange, so you gotta let him know that you don't play. It's like every other day. That some shit can go the wrong way, but you gotta make sure you don't break. It's like every other day. A new problem, new bitch, new hate. More ice with it, sipping lemonade. It's like every other day. Somebody out acting all fake. It don't bother me, cause I can't relate. It's like every other day.
Every other motherfucking day. Every other motherfucking day. Yo, my man Marq in the building. Shout out to Philly, PA. Don't forget to follow him on all the DSPs. Me on the social media, on the podcast platforms, Te Quiero Puerto Rico, Santa Isabel.
My man.